The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
It's The Local Show with Tom and Steve. Thank you for joining us and enjoying some balmy weather we've had over the week. Isn't that nice?
Summer has
it's struck, and all my hostas are in full bloom, and I even have the peonies have all come out with beautiful blooms on them. So
that old hosta word, I always think it's like hostile, like they're taking over.
No, well they do look that way, but when they come out, it's funny. They just start from this tiny little budding thing to these huge plants.
Kind of like what happened to you.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and what happened to my son? I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Tell us about Victory in Motion. It's the home of knee repair, not knee replacement, and they do some unique things up there to keep people out of pain.
Keep running into people that are gimping.
Yeah.
People our age that are like,
sure.
yeah, I got to do something about, they told me I need a knee replacement.
Yeah.
Maybe not every week, every day. People are reaching out and saying, maybe I'll get a second opinion. Let me talk to someone else.
Right.
And they're reaching out to Dr. Mark Petropoli out there at Victory in Motion, and they're finding out that maybe there's another way. And they're using stem cells, they're using all kinds of things. So if it hurts and it's orthopedic, give them a call. They do that day of clarity. Did I remember that right?
That's absolutely right.
You go out there and they put you through the washing machine and figure out everything that's wrong and scan you upside down, inside out, and they go, hey, here's what we can do.
Yeah.
And where otherwise it might take a year going, okay, we're going to PT, we're going to scan this, we're going to rub a rock on it, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But give them a call. Seriously, they're the real deal. 685-7544, victoryinmotion.com.
All right. It's time to bring back on the show Joe Scripa, who is a real estate mogul, owner of the Scripa Group Real Estate and Property Management. How are you, Joe?
Doing great. The sun is shining. I walk outside and I turn another color.
Bronze.
Another color.
You don't need any bronzer. You're already bronzing.
I literally, this happens just walking out the door.
That's awesome.
What part of Italy were you from?
I'm not from Italy.
You're Italian.
Here, my mother's from Italy.
I know, but it's that whole you Italians. You're like, this part of the island.
My mom's side is Naples. My dad's side is Calabria.
Yeah.
See, he knows. I knew you would know.
Well, Naples, and typically, like my grandmother Sicero, she was a Di Maria. She's very light skinned, and she was light. But the Sicilian part of our family is dark, and the Calabria people, though, bronze just like you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, our name now is Scripa, Scripa.
And they changed it, of course.
Back in Italy, and we just met one of our cousins, just came over. Well, actually, he's in New York City.
Like Scripatino, or what was it?
Sghirrripa.
Oh, my goodness.
Really?
Yeah, Scripa.
That's scary. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I just looked that up in the Italian. That means one who tans quickly. Just looked that up.
That's it. That's pretty much it.
I saw Joe and his wife over at one of the car cruises on Sylvan Beach. You guys were just walking around.
It's sunny on Sylvan Beach.
Yeah.
And the car show was there. It was great. You blast to the past, and, then I see this beautiful machine you've got sitting there. It's amazing.
And you got to sit in it. Did you go eat there or no?
We did. We went to...
the lake house thing. Yeah, lake house. Yeah.
Canal? The one in the canal? Or
No, the one right on the beach. Right on the beach.
Oh, okay.
It's the Oneida
Indian
the
nation owns that. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful
We
place.
sat on the deck. It was nice.
Yeah. So, what do you think about property in general up and down that Route 31 corridor? Are the properties moving or what?
In the Route 31 corridor, what's happening is Micron.
Yeah.
In the rest of the world, what's happening is sales, no inspections. As a matter of fact, this week over the past few weeks, we had something I'd never experienced in 25 years in real estate.
What's that?
I never had a deal completely come apart because of poor presentation and lack of presentation.
Interesting, yeah.
Tell me what you mean.
Of a home seller, no inspections these days.
Right.
But you do have a final walkthrough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in this particular case, I've never had a final walkthrough go so bad.
Oh, goodness.
Between issues with septic tanks and odors in the home of the now sometimes what people do legally in their homes. But at any rate, I never had a deal fall through in 25 years that we couldn't resolve.
And they walked through and said, you know what? Boy, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Out of here. You know, so what I say is with all this hype of homes and the lack of inspections, you know, and after 25 years, and you guys know I practice a lot of commercial real estate.
Yeah.
My roots began in residential real estate, you know, so it bounces back. And this one was close to me, so I was doing it myself in the transaction. And as I walk through and I start thinking, wow, a seller and potentially a seller's agent were being far less than honest and integral.
Yeah.
Because these problems were not
Disclosed and things?
well, not unnoticeable. Okay, the disclosure part, you know, there were things that were not disclosed. I believe, and what I say is, buyers beware. Make sure you're working with a real estate professional that is going to be there to protect you, regardless of an inspection. Whether you had an inspection or not, there's still a walkthrough period. You know, so what I say is, our company, we would love to help people in the buying process. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, it might cost more money. Well, it might, but guess what? We saved this guy $50,000 from a $50,000 problem.
Right.
And then what sellers don't understand as well is that a real estate agent like yourself and your team can help value the house and get more for the house.
100%.
Because they don't know. They really don't.
And if that agent or broker is really working well for the seller, they should be advising their seller, these are the things that need to be repaired or, you know, or disclosed that they're not working properly.
Yeah, I went back to shift back here to Micron. So going up 41 now.
What a vast
Trucks,
it's
go down
crazy.
31.
Just so
I came
vast.
back the other night. I was coming back late, and I was coming to 31 from Cicero.
It's amazing.
To up by Route 30 to 41. Holy smokes! Trucks are coming in, trucks are going out. There's a little cloud of dirt. You know, it looked like pig pen when he walked by from the
whole and I
peanuts.
can't help but think to myself of all the naysayers, and I'm like, what are you saying now?
You know, so just to bring this local show, right? We're involved with a local developer right now on a project in the village of North Syracuse, which is kind of cool. And I put into AI this morning, let's talk about village of North Syracuse, demographics, what should be there. It's a 12,000 square foot building that was renovated for a medical use and never put to use.
Okay.
So we're going to reposition and, you know, bring that back to market as a medical building, which I think the village of North Syracuse could use desperately. You know, and I think generally speaking, you know, but I put in there and it commented on Micron. With the growth of Micron, AI says, with the growth of Micron, communities like North Syracuse, where it's not a super high income area, it's almost like a medical desert, you know.
Oh, wow.
You know, they call food deserts and stuff like that because, you know, there's Medicare, there's Medicaid, and, you know, there's people that just don't have the money. And what do we have everywhere is we have urgent cares everywhere.
Correct.
And really, from urgent care, you end up in the emergency room or something like that. We need more doctors, you know, and all that. And, you know, so I say, AI says, go for medical. You know, I said, what's the test on medical for North Syracuse? And it's like, with Micron, with this, with that. And
did they account that Tom was in the zip code? Because you know, he has a lot. He uses up a lot of medical
and
space.
It's funny, really, honestly. Where are there regular doctor's offices up our way anymore?
But there used to be up on Lakeshore Road, or on Lakeshore Plaza up on 31. All of those have been bought.
You can't find anything.
So commercial real estate, you got questions, you want something to sell or buy, talk to Joe Scripa, 452-1200. And that website is scripagroup.com. Thanks for joining us, Joseph.
Thanks for having me.